Hi, I'm Dr. Maxwell Synsvoll with Synsvoll Nutritional Healing Center, Synsvoll Chiropractic in Battle Ground, Washington. If you are on this website right now, you're visiting it because you're currently suffering from, or someone you know is suffering from, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and you may have been everywhere, tried everything, and are still suffering with some problems. This may be a simple solution to you. So here you'll see some of the things that we do in our clinic that do help to successfully treat people that have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome problems. So no stone is left unturned to determine the exact cause of your condition. There are specific things that we do that make us different in helping people that have this kind of a condition. The first thing that we primarily do when someone comes in is we are doing metabolic treatments based upon specific lab panels. So we are doing a very broad-based blood testing which tells us whether or not there's problems with the thyroid, if there's any metabolic problems, if there's any lipid problems, if there's any problems within the blood chemistry, any inflammation, and so on. We use, based upon that, specific treatments to help calm the nervous system down so that it's not overreacting to these things. We look at it metabolically, nutritionally, to bring the body back into a state of harmony, and then we also use specific things such as oxygen therapy. Why oxygen therapy? Because your nervous system primarily uses two things: fuel and activation. Fuel in the form of glucose and oxygen, activation in the form of movement. 80% of that movement needs to come through your nervous system or your spine. We do brain-based therapies that have specific things that they'll do to help bring your brain, if it's overfiring in certain areas, back into harmony so it begins to calm down. It's known as a brain-based therapy. We also use vibrational therapy, which fires up the back part of the brain. That's called the cerebellum. One of the functions of the cerebellum is to control the spinal muscles. So if you're having a lot of spine aches and hurting all over, this can be one of the situations that's causing it. We also use laser therapy if you've got neuropathy problems going on, which is painful limbs and hands and numbness and tingling in them. It is a cold laser, so it allows the blood to start coming into the area to start healing up the cells that may be damaged. We also do sensitivity testing in the form of, are there any foods that could be aggravating your system? Is there any problems with wheat, corn, milk, eggs, yeast, soy? Some of the symptoms that are addressed by this type of testing are chronic pain, frequent indigestion, bloating after eating, frequent loose bowel movements, constipation, mouth ulcers, vomiting frequently. All of those things can be helped if you have a sensitivity issue. So we look at that. We also do adrenal stress index testing. And the adrenal glands are stress organs, meaning that they react to stress. And if you've been under physical, chemical, mental, or what we call thought, trauma, and toxin types of stresses from your environment, your adrenal glands may be shot. Most people living in the United States have that happening. So it could cause insomnia, blood sugar issues. It also tells us about your cortisol levels. And cortisol is a hormone that your body puts out. It's called the catabolic hormone, which tends to tear our muscle tissue down. So we want to address that immediately. Immune panels. It could be an autoimmune disorder that you're dealing with. We do see patients that have Hashimoto's disease, which is where your nervous system is attacking your thyroid. So while you may be on thyroid medications and it's bringing your thyroid levels, T3, T4, TSH, back into normal ranges, and you're still feeling bad, this could be part of the issue. So we look at the T and B lymphocytes, the natural killer cells, and see what's happening with them. I don't want to bore you with too many of the technicalities of it, but I just want to show you these are some of the things that we may be doing for you when you come in. We also look at antigen and dysregulation. What is that? Well, could there be any parasitic problems that are going on in your body? Did you pick up a parasite somewhere? And that's what all of this is talking about with H. pylori. Is there an intestinal permeability problem? Most people that are put on some sort of a supplement or special diet, your gut may not be absorbing them properly. So we want to address that so that your gut heals itself. We may sometimes look at the neurotransmitters. They're vital for proper brain function. If they're decreased, it can increase your pain. Hormone panels, inflammatory panels. We do also use glutathione in our office. It's known as the mother of all antioxidants. It's one of the most powerful for decreasing inflammation in the body. We may use an interactive metronome for your problem. It's a computer-based program that uses visual, auditory, and motor stimulation to increase the firing of the brain. You can look this up online at www.interactivemetronome.com. We are, to my knowledge, one of the only chiropractic offices in this area that's using this type of technology. So ask yourself the following questions. How has your chronic condition affected your job, your relationships, your finances, your family, or your other activities? What does it cost you in time, money, happiness, or sleep? And where do you picture yourself in the next 1 to 3 years if your condition is not taken care of soon? What is it worth to you if we could improve your condition? If you'd like more information on what we're doing here, simply input your information here in a box that's on either side of me, and we will send you a free DVD explaining in a bit more detail what we are doing here, and you may qualify for a free consultation with us. Set up an appointment, come in, sit down, and we'll talk, and we'll discuss which one of these things may be appropriate for your specific condition. Thanks for your time.